Hi everyone. So it is a very chilly day. It's like 60. So naturally this Georgia girl is freezing, but I have these camellia trees that are behind me and actually they're in bloom right now, but I think I'm kind of one of those people that's like just a go-getter. As soon as I think of something, I just start doing. And so I saw a couple different ways to topiary camellia trees. They're really big. And while I'm starting to find like a newfound love for them, since I know what they are now, I really hate how they close off my front porch and my front door. So I'll show you that in a second. But I was thinking instead of ripping them out and getting rid of them, because I heard that they don't transplant that well, I think that I am going to try and topiary them. That way they open up the door frame, but I don't get rid of them. So I might lose a lot of blooms this year and maybe next year, but after that hopefully I'll have enough knowledge that I'll start getting blooms. Technically these are in a pretty shady spot, so they don't bloom all that prolifically anyways, and I'm not too worried about the blooms because they are messy and all that, but the foliage is an evergreen, so it is really pretty. That's these right here behind me. So let me back up and show you what they look like. So there's my front door, and here's how big they are. You can see that we did a pretty terrible chop job last year on that part, but they just really close off my front door. I'm gonna start looking at the branches, and I have my loppers out here and I have my shears out here, and I'm just gonna kind of see where I can just air it out. And maybe it wouldn't be it's not gonna be a great topiary right now, but hopefully in the next year or two I can form it into something. So might not look like a lot today, but hopefully over time it'll look great, and if not, I'll just have to rip them out and we'll go back to square one. But let's watch away. All right, let me show you what I have so far. I'm actually getting more excited about this as I progress, and I've only been doing this for 6 minutes. I am starting to already see what it can be, at least from this one little spot that I've started. So let's just say also that this is not a brand new plant. This plant has probably been here for 10 years or so. So it is a very well-developed plant. So that is actually why I'm more excited about it than getting something new and waiting years and years for it to be mature. So right here I have this really big stem, and at the top I have this really cool already looking ball up here, or I had the potential to make a ball out of all of this based off of that stem. So as you can see here, I'm just really thinning this out a lot, and I'm thinking maybe a ball here with this spot right here, and maybe a ball right there. So what I'm going for is maybe the cloud effect first, and if I don't like that, then I'm gonna turn it into a standard, and that would look really cool, because then I can underplant this with a whole bunch of flowers next year, whether they be in planters or straight into the garden bed. I have so many more options with this aired out and cleaned up. So all right, I'm gonna keep going. All right, so I have been working for about 10 or 15 more minutes, and you can definitely see it starting to open up. I'm gonna start seeing where I'm making the little clouds, but I'm about to make a pretty big chop of good foliage. So I got my loppers out and I'm gonna do it. So I decided to keep this one branch because it's closest to the middle one, so that way I'll have hopefully one on the outside and one on the inside. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. You can also see that this really needed to be trimmed up anyways. There's a lot of powdery, looks like what might be powdery mildew. I don't really know, either that or bugs. So they're just getting in there and they are just nesting in there because it's just so condensed and compact in there. So it'll be nice to, weird little spider thing. But you could tell that this plant needed some airing out anyways. So I'm glad that I'm gonna give this a shot. Hopefully it turns out good. You know what's also scary is when professional landscapers come by. When I'm just hacking away at this tree, they're probably like, what is she doing? But I love it so far. It's super scary, but also super easy. So I'm gonna keep going because I'm liking what I'm seeing. At this point, it looks like I have no idea what I'm doing, but I promise my neighbors who are probably thinking I'm nuts, promise you guys who will never watch this video, I'll make it look good. I think I'm pretty much done. Let's go check it out together because I haven't even stepped back to look at it. So it went from this to this. And I think why I'm actually even happier about this than I was when I started, because I was pretty nervous. My husband's gonna come home and be like, what did you do? Although he says, if gardening makes you happy, have fun. Is the mold and stuff that is just in there. It's just powdery, or not mold, powdery mildew that's in there. And this is going to completely take that away. So I really like it. Now I have to do this one and I'm super, super scared to do it. But I think I have some time. So I'm gonna maybe bag this up. As you can see, I'm almost done with the second one, and I'm even more in love with this one than the other one. And while it will take a lot of getting used to, I really do love it. As people drive by, as my neighbors drive by, I'm wondering what they're thinking I'm doing and thinking, oh my gosh, do they hate it? But not like it matters, but it is interesting to get other people's takes on it. Like, at the end of the day, it's my garden. All right, here's a little look of them. Do you like it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Looks good.
Think I made a good decision?
Yeah. It looks good since fall's coming.
I didn't know if it would look good or not, so. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm glad you're the first person to see it and that you like it. Also, I kind of do want you guys to see my inspiration. So that way you're not like, you're absolutely crazy, that looks terrible. So the ones that I have will get this big if I just don't, hedge them like I have been the last 4 years. And this is what it could be if I just give it some time.